Weep Grana Weep Ninny Bomb. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to tornado kick and how to do it really, really good, and talk about the differences between tornado kick in tricking and tornado kick in most other martial arts disciplines. Let's get started. There's two important things to understand with the tornado kick technique, and that is the roundhouse kick, the kick that we're doing in the air at the apex of our height, and the cheat setup. The cheat setup is how we jump when doing different cheat kicks, and the tornado kick is considered a cheat kick because of the cheat setup. So to do the roundhouse kick, we're just going to stand, fighter stance, chamber up in front, pivot. It's that pivot that gets the hip turnover, so that way when we kick, it goes across our target. If we don't do that pivot while we're in the air, we're gonna end up doing a tornado front kick, which just doesn't look as good. Both are awesome tricks, but we're trying to hit a nice round kick whenever we do the tornado kick. The other thing we want to do and focus on is the cheat setup. To do the cheat setup, we're gonna stand in our fighter stance, and because I twist to my left, I'm gonna take my back leg, my right leg, step it forward, pivot around it as I lift this leg. It's the pivot lift with a little bit of arm motion that gets us into the air. Understanding how to get from that fighter stance, step in front, pivot, jump, round kick. That's it. That's the technique for the tornado kick. To do it really easy, really chill, we can literally just step in front, turn, schmack. Nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. That said, doing it really, really well does take a lot of energy. It does take a little bit of understanding of how to jump, and getting that cheat set up nice and strong for the round kick that's going to be nice and high. When we do a tornado kick, we're not only generating spin, but we're generating height. And to generate the spin and to generate the height, we want to use our arms. When we do that cheat setup, we want our arms to be spinning around our body in kind of an open hoop kind of motion. That will generate the lift and the spin to do that little 180-degree turn while we're in the air. If we over twist when we do a tornado kick, we end up completely missing our target and end up going somewhere way over to the side. Once we get that nice twisting energy from spinning our arms in that cheat setup, we actually want to open them up and move them in opposition as we kick. It's that opposition, in that movement in opposition where your arms move opposite of the kick, that helps get that stickiness to the tornado kick. That said, when we do use our arms, we're also using them to generate lift. Doing this little motion as we spin our arms is what gives us the lift and twist. We don't want to focus completely on lifting up, but we also don't want to just focus completely on twisting. We want to balance these two forces to do a really high jump / cheat 180 round kick. When we do the tornado kick, or when we do any sort of kicks and tricking, we want to kick with passion, and we want to kick with intent. So what does that mean? So to kick with passion, we don't want to just throw our leg all floppy doppy and just kind of lift it up into the air. We want to be passionate. We want to imagine that we have to kick a target when we do the round kick and when we do the tornado kick. Not only that, but we want intent. We don't want to just be kicking this guy or that guy or that guy. We want to make sure that we have a target that we're looking at as we do that kick, so that way it just doesn't go everywhere. When we start the tornado kick, before the cheat setup even begins, I'm looking at my target. Then as I'm winding up, I'm keeping my eye on it, and then I flick to watch it one more time before I jump and throw that roundhouse kick. Having some passion and some intent behind the kick will make it look so much better. It's the difference between this tornado kick right here and this tornado kick right here. Having a little bit of intent, and one can think about it in a martial arts standpoint, or one can just think about it as a acrobatic kind of jump and flare. Either way, we want to have passion, we want to have intent, we want to have our head in the right space as we do the tornado kick. It's important we understand the difference between a tornado kick in a martial setting that's like used in a fight versus a tornado kick that is used in a demonstration setting that has a lot of acrobatic elements within it. If we're using tornado kick in a fight, we don't want to jump all fancy. We're using that spin to generate as much power as we can to make that round kick devastating. And we're not using as much opposition. We're dragging that leg across our target with the power of our upper body involved as well. Looks a lot similar to this. It's a lot faster, it's a lot harder to keep your eye on, and in a fight, that tornado kick is the one that I mostly see used to like knock people out in Taekwondo. That said, that's a lot different from the tornado kick that we see in tricking, where it's a lot more acrobatic focused, where we're jumping, we're using opposition, we're hitting a shape, and we're doing a lot of flair. That tornado kick looks a little bit different, and there's many different types of tornado kicks. I can do the big, tall one. I can do like the Aiden Kennedy freeze frame tornado kick. That is one of my personal favorites. That said, there is that huge difference between doing it in a fight, doing it with that martial technique that stays low to the ground, and doing that tricking technique or that demonstration technique, which looks a lot better to the audience. That said, the technique is not as suitable for a combat situation. Those differences matter, and those differences should be reflected in someone's passion and intent. Not everybody has to trick all fancy trying to just make shapes. Not everybody has to trick just straight martial arts trick to kill. There's a balance involved in these, and everybody kind of gets to choose their own. 2 drills to help you understand the tornado kick and to make the tornado kick better and cleaner over time. The first is going to be the cheat jump. We're just gonna do that cheat setup that we do for the tornado kick. We're just going to jump and do a little bit of a twist, trying to get as much height as possible. The cheat setup is so crucial for tricking, and so many different tricks, from the cheat 9, the jackknife, the cheat 12, all of them use this cheat setup and scale up the elements of the tornado kick. So if we have a really strong tornado kick, all the other tricks are going to be easy. But if we really have a struggle tornado kick and we don't feel as comfortable with the cheat setup, which this drill is designed to help you get comfortable with the cheat setup, if we're not comfortable with that, all the tricks that come after the tornado kick are going to be significantly harder. Now, the second drill that I think you should practice is tornado kick, tornado kick, tornado kick. So I'm gonna do a tornado kick going forward. Boom. When this leg comes down, I'm gonna step and pivot immediately into the next tornado kick. Bah! I'm gonna step down and pivot immediately into the next tornado kick. Bah! Now we can do 3, we can do as many as we can of just tornado, 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 tornado. And you can tell even my technique gets a little bit worse as I do multiple tornadoes. That said, this drill is so important for helping us train our twisting, helping us train that control with our arms, and just getting better at the tornado kick. In most martial arts, the tornado kick is considered a mid-level trick, like a green, a blue, or a red belt level skill. That's where it is in most Taekwondo curriculums. In tricking, it's not that. In tricking, tornado kick is considered a basic. It's like a yellow belt trick. It's not that hard, it's not that complicated. That said, it does require a lot of technique, and it does require a lot of maybe kinematic awareness, strength, leg control to do that like nice sticky tornado kick that you see other athletes doing. Yeah, Taekwondo is kind of one of my main backgrounds, and when I was learning Taekwondo, it took a long time to get to the tornado kick. In tricking, we kind of tornado kick pretty fast. The second someone has a good roundhouse kick, we try and take that cheat setup and put it into their brain, because so many other tricks later down the line rely on having a nice, solid cheat setup. Don't be intimidated by the tornado kick. Don't be intimidated by people with immaculate technique. Just try and build yours. It's not the most difficult trick in the world. That said, it's a mid-level trick in most other disciplines that teach it. Do me a favor, if you made it this far in the video, drop a comment, let me know you're not a robot. Don't forget to have fun with it. Tricking should be fun. Even when we're doing the most martial arts, the most intense martial skills, we should still be having fun. It is the whimsy and the freedom that people go to when it comes to tricking, and that whimsy and freedom should not be lost, even though we're practicing martial arts tricks like the tornado kick. Have a lovely day, do good things. I'm gonna go feed some cats.